Hey, mamas, it's your girl, Carrie. Today is a totally unplanned bonus episode. I've actually been doing a much better job of planning out my content, probably 3 months in advance, which, yay for organization. But I'll be honest, it's really hard sometimes because I get these ideas that pop up of episodes I want to do that I feel are so timely and important. And I just want to get them out into the world like right now. But I've also been trying to stick to my content plan so I don't burn out. But this one, I had to make space for it. With Mother's Day this weekend and Mental Health Awareness Month in full swing, I know there are so many of you that just need to hear this message today. So that's what this episode is: a little love note, a little perspective shift, and hopefully something that lands exactly where you need it. So let's get into it. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to juggle all the many hats you wear as a working mom? Do you want more quality time with your family without distraction of work and time alone to take care of yourself and your needs? Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life. I'm Carrie, a wife, mom of 3, and a recovering perfectionist. In this podcast, I will teach you how to create balance in your life by implementing healthy habits, organizing your home and your schedule, being intentional with your time and in your relationships, and most importantly, how to start putting your needs first, because no one can pour from an empty cup. Grab that second cup of coffee, or if you're anything like me, your third. It's time to dive into today's episode of Mom Wife Career Life. This time of year has been starting to hit me a little differently. This past week was when all high school seniors had to make their college commitments. And although Ashley is still just a junior, we're starting that whole college process, and I really feel it. I don't know how I'm really going to get through next year. It is going to be really tough, but I was scrolling through social media and I saw my friend post her daughter's commitment, and that it was her senior night for her softball team. And I literally started tearing up. I might have ugly cried a little bit. And I know it's supposed to be an exciting time in the kid's life and for parents. It's what we've all worked so hard and what we're working so hard to give our kids: a good future. But it also made me so sad because it's coming for me. That shift, the letting go, the empty seat at the dinner table, the empty bed when I go to say goodnight, the whole dynamic of our house is going to change. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be ready for it. My coworker said to me, "You talk as if life ends when your kids go to college." And I told her it's not that life ends, it's just that life changes. And that change, it's so big, it's so emotional, and it's the beginning of something new and the end of something that I've held so dear to my heart the past 16 years. And as I sat there with those feelings and thought about Ashley spreading her wings next year, I found myself spiraling into this mom guilt. The did I do enough question? Did I teach her all the life skills? Did I love her well enough while also trying to hold down a career and a million other responsibilities? I let myself feel it for a little bit, but then I gave myself a mental slap and decided that I had to make this episode to not only remind myself and other mamas out there that might be in the same season of motherhood that we're doing great, but also to share my wisdom with all you mamas of little ones so that you can make any changes that you need to before it's too late. So let's get into it. First things first, don't let guilt steal your joy. If you're in that same space wondering if you did enough, I just want to gently say you did what you could with what you had in the season you were in, or you doing what you can do with what you have in the season that you're currently in. And that is more than enough. Yes, there are things I didn't do. We don't have chore charts. My kids don't always make their own lunches. And when it comes to laundry, their only part in the process is putting their clothes away. But you know what? They've been deeply loved. They've had amazing experiences. And I've shown up for the moments that matter. And I say this in the past tense because it's Ashley really kind of spreading her wings, but I still got plenty of time with Michael and totally using my lessons learned on him. I got a couple more years left. So right now, I'm choosing not to let those small things steal the joy of everything we're doing together. But also on the flip side, it's not too late to do the things that you feel you might regret. And if your kids are still young, my biggest advice, seriously, is get those chores in place. Get them used to the routine and the responsibility of being what I call a contributing member of your household. I'm still working on it. It's always a work in progress, but that is the one thing that if I could go back, I would totally stay consistent with when they were little. And then it might not be so hard to actually get them to do stuff around the house now that they're teens. Although I would love to hear from moms out there, if you do have teens and you were really good with them with chores when they were little, how they're doing now, so that maybe I won't feel so bad like I totally did a terrible job in that aspect. But anyway, let's move on to number 2. Make the memories no matter your budget. If there's one thing that I will say I will have zero regrets on, it's this. We're definitely making and have made some amazing memories because I'm huge on experiences. I'm not one to spend money on material things. I wasn't, and I'm not the type of mom that buys my kids something every time we go to Target. They really only get material things for their birthday, Easter, Christmas, and even those holidays. I'm more about gifting experience these days. But not spending money on the material things, that allows me to not feel guilty on spending money on experiences. And I try to do something as a family that's like a fun outing or an experience at least once a month. This past month, we actually did individual experiences with each kid instead, and that was really awesome. We took Ashley on 2 weekend trips to visit colleges. We took Kaylee to a concert, and then we did a beach day with Just Michael. All great. And on top of those monthly experiences, we do try to take at least 2 vacations a year. Some of our trips have been extravagant, like going to Greece, but some have been seriously low budget, like camping. So I don't want you to think that you have to spend money or you need money to make these memories. For camping, we did have a lot of the camping gear, but that is something you can easily borrow from someone. And the campsite only cost us, I think, $35 for 2 nights. And side note, I am totally not a camper. I need indoor plumbing. So the site that we stayed on had a nice facility to use. That's probably why it was a little bit more money. And I had very low expectations going into the weekend, but we honestly had the best time and made some core memories that we could look back on and a whole ton of laughs. It rained, but we still were able to sit around the campfire. We made s'mores, we played games, and Kaylee may or may not have woken up in a puddle of water around her bed mat. She didn't think it was as funny as we did, but she could laugh about it now. But my point is, don't use the excuse that you can't afford it. There are some awesome low-cost options out there. Maybe I'll do a podcast episode just on that. Actually, I'm going to make a note of it now. Totally doing it. And even aside from going out of the house, you can make some awesome memories in your house too. You just need to be intentional about what you're doing and be really present in the moment, free from distractions, and put down those phones. Number 3, give yourself and your mom some grace. If you're blessed to still have your mom around, give her a big hug this week. And if your relationship with your mom is a little complicated, I want you to know I totally see you too. Not every woman enters motherhood with a blueprint of what a loving, supportive mother looks like. And I just want to say this, it's okay to grieve what you didn't receive, but it's also okay to forgive. I'm doing a whole podcast episode on this soon. But even if it's a quiet internal release for the things your mom didn't know how to give you. Most of our moms were just doing the best with what they had. They didn't have the parenting podcast or the mental health awareness or time to reflect on generational trauma. They had to survive. They had to work. They had cultural expectations. They had their own unhealed trauma to deal with. And Lord knows what else, because as parents, we really try to shelter our kids from all the negative stuff going on. My mom came to the United States from Ireland when she was 17. She only went to school until 5th grade, and then she started work and helped support her family. Did I mention she was the second oldest of 13 kids? And then she came here, no phone, no FaceTime. I say no phone and no FaceTime. Her parents didn't even have indoor plumbing, let alone electricity. She could write letters home, but she had to wait weeks to hear if they actually made it. And when I think about sending my daughter across the ocean with zero communication, or doing it myself, it's totally scary. And it took some serious strength and courage on my mom's part. I tell her all the time, I don't know how she did it. So now that I'm a mom, I really get it all in a way that I didn't before. I see that invisible load. I understand how hard it is to show up day after day with love and patience and energy when you're also trying to navigate your own stuff. And I know I saw it when I was younger, how hard my parents worked, but I'm now able, especially as a working mom, to see the sacrifices both of them made, but especially my mom's sacrifices I fully didn't see until I stepped into motherhood myself. And while we're offering grace to our moms, let's not forget we deserve the same grace, because if you're here listening to this, reflecting, trying, caring, you're already doing way better than you think you are. Yes, there might be some things you might not be doing perfectly. Maybe your kid's laundry isn't folded, or you're ran out of patience this morning, or you let screen time stretch a little longer because you just needed that break. That doesn't make you a bad mom. That makes you human. Let go of those unrealistic standards. Release the guilt. And remember, your kids don't need a perfect mom. They need you, present, trying, loving, and real. So this week, hold both truths. You can honor the complexity of your relationship with your mom, And you can give yourself permission to not carry that load forward. You're allowed to write a new story, and you're already doing it beautifully. And if you're lucky enough that you had an amazing mom like I did, I'm very grateful. Give her that extra hug this week. Number 4, be present while they're still home. If you're in the thick of it, which most of us are, either raising littles or in the teenage years, be present. Show up for them, set those boundaries with everything else, get clear on what's really worth your energy and what you could release without any guilt. Say no to the obligations, the event, or the expectations that don't align with your value or your family's needs in the season, and say yes to the things that do matter. Yes to the movie nights on the couch. Yes to the backyard fire pits and making s'mores. Yes to putting your phone down and really listening to their stories, even the ones that seem to never end or that maybe you're hearing for the third time. Because one day, you're going to look around and realize they're almost grown. The toys that seem to be consuming your living room will be gone, and I promise you, you're actually going to miss it. The back seat is going to be empty. The house is going to be a little quieter. And when that time comes, I don't want your head to go to the I should have's. And I'm saying this to myself too. Don't get so caught up in the busy that you're not making time for these little moments. Take advantage of them while they're here. Number 5, and this one is so important. Stop measuring your motherhood with someone else's ruler. We live in a time where we're constantly bombarded with highlight reels. We're all guilty of it. Looking at those perfect bento box lunches, those color-coded chore charts, those spotless playrooms, and it can start to feel like that's the standard and that you're really falling short. But that's their life, not yours, their schedules, their values, their bandwidth. Stop measuring yourself against them. Start measuring your motherhood by the love you give, the laughter in your home, and the connections you're making with your kids. You don't have to be the Pinterest mom, the crunchy mom, the working mom, or the stay-at-home mom that anyone else expects. You just have to be your kid's mom, and that you're already nailing it. And I'm guilty of this too. I see those moms taking their kids to all the mommy and me classes, making the cute bento boxes with sandwich shapes or those cute new snack packs with like 30 different containers all filled with healthy snacks for their after-school activities. I've never been that mom. And there have been plenty of times where I felt guilty for not being that mom. And I gave this advice recently, which I forget which episode it was. But if you find that there is someone on your social media whose posts or pictures make you feel crappy about yourself and not inspired, do yourself a favor and unfollow them. It's not that you have anything against them. It's just that I really try to remove any negativity from my life. I'm hard enough on myself without the comparison, so unfollow for your own mental health. Number 6, let others love on you. This one's really important, and I know it might be hard for some of you, myself included, to just let people love on you. We're so used to carrying everything, the schedule, the emotions, the mental load, that it can actually feel uncomfortable for some people to let people help you. And especially if you're a perfectionist, sometimes you don't want the help because you want to do things your way, but just let it go. You deserve the help. You deserve the break. So this week, if someone offers to take something off your plate, let them. If your partner or friend asks what you need, tell them. If your kid crawls into your lap to give you a big unexpected hug, please pause and just soak it in, because I miss those days. I really do. Now my kids are bigger than me, so sitting on my lap is pretty funny, but I'd still take it if they would give it. So it's okay to receive. It's okay to need a break. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It means that you're human. You're doing so much every single day. And just because you can do it all doesn't mean that you should. So this week, let someone else pour into you for once, especially on Mother's Day, because you give so much love and you absolutely deserve it in return. Number 7, let the hard and the beautiful coexist. You can absolutely love motherhood so deeply and still find it incredibly hard. You can miss your kids when they're gone, and you can need a break from them when you're home. You can cry from exhaustion one day and laugh until your stomach hurts the next day. Both things can absolutely be true at the same time. Let the hard and the beautiful live side by side. Motherhood, it seriously stretches us in every possible way, physically, emotionally, mentally. It's absolutely exhausting, but it's also really sacred. It's chaotic and it's messy, but it's awesome. And if there's anything I learned, parenting is hard in every season, but for different reasons. The toddler years are physically draining because you're missing sleep. You constantly have to be on alert to make sure they don't hurt themselves, and just the energy they have, I wish we could just bottle it up and just drink it. But then the teenage years are emotionally tough. And everything in between is just a wild mix of both. But even through the struggles, the tears, the tough conversations, the sleepless nights, the headaches, the heartaches, there's absolute joy. And you know it. There's growth. There's love that's deeper than anything else. I can't even put it into words, but you know what I'm talking about. And being a mom is absolutely hands down my most favorite hat that I wear. And no, it's not always easy, but so far, at least, it's always been worth it. These little and not so little people have shaped my life in ways I never even imagined. And even in that chaos, I feel so lucky to be their mom. So the next time you find yourself wondering if it's okay to feel both tired and grateful, frustrated and fulfilled, the answer is absolutely yes. Yes, you can feel it all and still be doing an amazing job. And last but not least, number 8, take care of yourself. It is not selfish. This is just a gentle reminder. Mother's Day, it's not just about celebrating moms, it's about honoring you. Some moms want alone time on Mother's Day. Some want family time. Some want Target runs and Starbucks and silence. Whatever it is for you, do that. It's not selfish. There was someone I had to unfollow on Facebook for a couple of reasons, but I'll never forget that one Mother's Day, she posted blasting moms who didn't want to spend time with their families on Mother's Day. And I'll never understand why some people post what they do or why she cared so much about what other moms might be doing. To each their own. So do whatever makes you happy this Mother's Day. Maybe it's the only day that you'll actually get a break that you so need. It's your day. Spend it how you want to. And if you're not listening to this in real time and you didn't spend Mother's Day how you wanted to, give yourself a Mother's Day redo. Whatever you need. Take the walk, get the massage, buy the iced coffee. Give yourself the love and care you so freely give to everyone else. So as we celebrate another Mother's Day, I want you to hear this message. You're doing an absolute incredible job, even on the messy days, even when you lock your bathroom door and allow yourself to cry. Been there, done that, probably did it last week. You're learning, you're growing, and you're leading your family with such love. This is a beautiful journey. So take a deep breath, soak up the joy, and give yourself that grace that you deserve. And I wish you the best Mother's Day. And if this episode touched your heart in any way, share it with a fellow mama who might need it too. And if you need support in creating more calm, more joy, and just space in your daily life, you can come hang out with us in our Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms, and check out all the ways you can connect with me in the show notes. I love hearing from you. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.